After completing an Otome game, a Japanese salaryman hits his head and dies, later reincarnating as a 5-year-old named Leon Fubartfort inside the game that combines rural living on floating islands with futuristic technology. Society is female-dominated, and men are husbands or paramours to noble ladies.
Leon's father is married to Lady Zora, Leon's stepmother. 10 years later, Leon has prepared to enter the academy, where men find wives or become paramours. Zora suddenly announces he must marry her friend's ugly 50-year-old daughter. Leon uses pre-knowledge of the story to locate a powerful ship named Luxion, which should have been found by the game's female protagonist in the original story. Luxion is controlled by an artificial intelligence that attempts to kill Leon because he is a new human, the current breed of human that can use magic and eradicate the non-magic humans that created Luxion. However, Leon has an old human soul, allowing him to register as Luxion's owner. Zora happily assumes Leon died, only for Leon to appear with an absolute fortune in treasure looted from dungeons using his pre-knowledge. Now independently wealthy, Leon is able to ignore Zora's demand that he get married and attend the academy as originally planned, where the game's characters are gathered to begin the story. Leon is unwillingly made a baron due to his achievements, meaning any future wife must be of nobility. Leon witnesses the start of the storyline and sees the romantic interests, Prince Julius and his friends Jilk, Brad, Chris, and Greg, whom the heroine must choose a husband from, and the rich antagonist Angelica Redgrave. He witnesses a game event where the heroine is supposed to slap a man, but it is a girl named Marie instead. Julius socializes with Marie to the irritation of Angelica, his fiancée. Leon meets the real heroine, commoner and scholarship student Olivia, who begins a tentative friendship with Angelica. During dungeon exploration, Angelica confronts Marie for ingratiating herself with Julius, but is told by Julius to back off. Leon realizes the noble students are using him and Olivia as human shields, and after defeating several monsters, Julius and his friends defeat the rest and take all the credit. Marie heals Julius' injury, and when Angelica protests, Julius publicly dismisses her while holding hands with Marie. Olivia heals Leon, revealing her magic skills earned her the scholarship. Leon is troubled by the changes to the storyline, especially concerning Marie, who is more devious than she appears and has somehow replaced Olivia as the storyline's heroine. Bullies target Marie, so Julius forbids Angelica from socializing with him, an in-game event that should happen much later. Leon and Olivia Luxion to begin gathering information as he suspects Marie is a reincarnation like himself. Angelica attempts to reveal Marie's infidelity to Julius, but he already knows as Marie has successfully made all 5 love interests fall in love with her. Angelica challenges Marie to a duel, but all 5 love interests volunteer as Marie's champions. Leon already knows that whether Angelica wins or loses the duel event, it ends with her disgraced and forced to marry an abusive husband, so he volunteers as Angelica's champion, and it is agreed they will fight using large robotic suits called armors. Marie's use of game dialogue confirms she is aware of the storyline. Leon learns students are betting on the duel and bets a small fortune on himself to win. Angelica believes Leon is insane. On the day of the duel, Luxion delivers Leon the armor of Aragons. However, this is met with mockery from the audience, as Aragons is very different from the love interest's modern armors, though Leon is still confident he will beat all 5 of them. Angelica explains to a confused Olivia that Aragons is a lost item made by old humans, but it is large and slow, whereas the love interests emphasize speed. Leon first faces Brad, who wields a lance. Leon mistakenly equips a large shovel instead of a sword, but uses it anyway. Brad's fighting style is so predictable, Leon knocks him out instantly. Greg uses a long spear, but his favorite armor has been repaired numerous times, so Leon is able to break it apart and expose Greg as the weak bully he truly is. Chris wields a sword but is weak against guns, so Leon shoots at him until Chris's sword is destroyed. Jenna, Leon's sister, who is angry Leon is embarrassing their family by making enemies of higher-ranked nobles, plants explosives on Aragons on Jilk's orders. Luxion informs Leon of this, but Leon expected cheating and knows Aragons can withstand the blast. With his cheating foiled, Jilk tries to fight Leon but is defeated just as easily, infuriating Marie. Before they fight, Leon asks Julius about Olivia. Julius admits he has heard of her but has never met her, which is impossible since their meeting was supposed to be the beginning of the story. Leon torments Julius with the absurdity of sharing Marie with the other love interests. Julius claims Marie loves him for who he is. Leon points out that if Julius continues to reject Angelica, he might be stripped of his title of prince. Julius still chooses Marie, so Leon destroys his armor and wins the duel.
Julius officially cancels his engagement to Angelica. Leon strikes a deal with Angelica's father, expulsion from the academy and surrendering his noble titles in exchange for protection from Julius's family.
He agrees, but insists Leon take Angelica with him to the countryside. Returning home, Zola is furious at the trouble Leon has caused, but is cowed into silence. All the love interests, including Julius, lose their titles, ending her plans for an easy life. Julius and the love interests are forced to earn their own money by raiding dungeons, though this makes them happier than they have been in years. Leon is annoyed when Julius's parents, the king and queen, promote him to 6th-ranked noble as thanks for teaching Julius an important lesson, necessitating his return to the academy to find a noble wife. Though he is happy this time, he has friends in Angelica and Olivia. Leon hosts a maid cafe with Olivia and Angelica for the Academy Student Festival. Jenna reveals she has successfully stolen a rich Viscount's son away from one of her friends and wants Leon to threaten her friend into not retaliating, but Leon refuses. Leon is furious that Marie opened a competing cafe with Julius and the love interests as waiters. Olivia manages to attract one customer, Carla Fuwain, who wants to meet Leon. Queen Mylene, Julius's mother, attends the festival to meet Leon. When she sees how much abuse Leon, Olivia, and Angelica receive from a customer named Stephanie, the daughter of Count Offrey, she tries to defend him. Leon finally loses his temper when Stephanie insults Mylene, beats up Stephanie's servants, and causes her to flee when she realizes she has insulted the queen. Compared to the feral girls at the academy, Leon is smitten with Mylene and flatters her but annoys Julius, who punishes Leon. Mylene is furious at Julius for daring to criticize Leon when he himself is acting dishonorably and demands to meet Marie, who has been blatantly manipulating him. Carla asks Leon to save her Wayne family from ruin. As Carla had officially requested his assistance, Leon is unable to refuse. Olivia and Angelica's friendship is strained when bullies refer to Olivia as Angelica's pet. The festival includes a flying bike race with third-year student Dan Elgar the favorite to win. Leon uses Luxion's prediction programming to make a fortune gambling on the races. Jilk's ex-fiancée Clarice has injured him for dumping her, preventing him from racing. Marie is able to manipulate Leon into becoming Jilk's substitute by pointing out Angelica will be shamed if he refuses. Dan reveals Clarice had her heart broken by Jilk. Despite agreeing they both hate Jilk, Dan swears to beat Leon as Jilk's substitute. During the race, Leon is attacked by all the racers bankrupted by his wagers. Stephanie upsets Olivia by revealing Angelica once treated commoners as badly as she does, causing Angelica to attack her. Leon wins the race, but his bike explodes. Dan saves him from falling to his death since they both hate Jilk. Leon forces Gilk to give Clarice the apology she deserves, surprising her that Leon has a kind heart behind his evil personality. Leon convinces Olivia to give Angelica another chance despite how difficult a future friendship between a commoner and a noble might be. Carla asks Olivia for a private conversation. Carla reveals she is taking orders from Stephanie, scaring Olivia into obeying her orders. From the game, Leon knows Carla's land is being invaded by sky pirates, who are actually working for Stephanie and Carla in a plot to send Olivia into a winless battle. The defeat of the pirates is a major plot point for Olivia, but Leon decides to defeat the pirates himself. Luxion worries Leon is robbing Olivia of opportunities to grow stronger and more confident. Carla, who now controls Olivia, brings Brad and Greg on the mission. Angelica learns what Stephanie did to Olivia, threatens to hurt her if she did anything to Olivia, and rushes to find her. Brad reveals Stephanie is his ex-fiancée, and ending their engagement was very risky, her family being essential to protecting the kingdom from the neighboring Fanos Duchy, particularly their strongest warrior, the Black Knight. Piloting Aragons, Leon defeats the pirates. Greg realizes war is very different from duels and gains respect for Leon. Carla attempts to blame Olivia, but Leon instead exposes her crimes to her father, forcing her to confess Stephanie planned everything to ruin Olivia. With Stephanie's lies in her head, Olivia becomes depressed, believing Angelica really does see her as a pet, and Leon must only want her sexually. Leon realizes just how much hurt he has caused Olivia by overprotecting her and not letting her learn by doing things for herself. He becomes silent when she tells him she is a person, not his pet. Leon realizes the love interests try to impress Marie, but also let her do things on her own, unlike him and Olivia. Marie starts raiding dungeons, determined to retrieve a certain relic before Olivia. The rest of the pirates attack the ship. Olivia tries to help but is attacked by the pirate captain. Brad and Greg intervene, but Brad's sword skills are still lacking. Leon realizes this is how the story should go, with the love interests helping Olivia without him. He steps in and defeats the captain, looting from him the holy necklace, one of the relics Olivia needs to eventually become a saint. Olivia is devastated when Leon becomes distant from her, hoping she will become friends with the love interests like she was supposed to and forget about him. Angelica becomes furious at Leon for hurting Olivia so badly. Angelica and Olivia's friendship becomes even more stained, and they distance one another. Luxion finds evidence linking the pirates to Stephanie, who is arrested by the royal family, ending her crimes for good. Leon gives full credit for the pirates' defeat to Brad and Greg and intervenes to have their families reinstate them as family heirs. They are grateful but choose to annoy Leon by having the Queen promote Leon to lower 5th rank nobility, a status higher even than Leon's own father. He is further annoyed when Clarice's father, grateful he forced Jilk to apologize, arranges for him to be promoted to upper 5th rank after he graduates the academy. Another game event arrives, the school trip. Leon visits a shrine and coincidentally meets Angelica and Olivia. Leon receives shrine charms that she shares with Angelica, who receives a red elemental blessing, and Olivia, who receives a white elemental blessing. Leon himself receives fortune in war. The Academy ship is attacked by Princess Hertrude of the Phanos Duchy, who declares war, an event not supposed to happen until the end of the game. Angelica volunteers as a hostage, and when Leon and Olivia try to protect her, Hertrude's commander, Garrett, forces other students to beat them. Holfer Kingdom orders Chris to delay Hertrude as long as possible, even if they all die. Most students cowardly refuse, so as a high-ranked noble, Leon orders every student to fight, shaming them by calling them false nobles. Deirdre Roseblade, the highest-ranked noble below Angelica, is insulted and proclaims her family's achievements. Still, even she is shamed when Leon points out those achievements belong to her ancestors, while she acted the coward like everyone else. Through shame, anger, and wounded pride, every student agrees to fight. Impressed by his rudeness and brazen lack of respect, Deirdre falls in lust with Leon. Leon promises Olivia he will save Angelica. Hertrude reveals she controls her monsters with her flute as they attack Leon as soon as he leaves the ship. Garrett fires on the Academy ship. Olivia, enhanced by the White Elemental Blessing Charm, activates her dormant saint powers and conjures a shield around the ship, saving everyone. Leon is glad he didn't hold Olivia back enough to stifle her power. With Olivia protecting the ship, Leon infiltrates Hertrude's ship, frees Angelica, captures Hertrude, and gets revenge on Garrett by removing his famous mustache. Furious Garrett resumes firing, and Hertrude releases her control of the monsters so they will attack her in revenge and bring down the Academy ship. Enhanced by the Red Elemental Blessing Charm, Angelica uses fire magic to protect the ship when Olivia collapses from magical strain. They reconcile as Angelica assures a crying Olivia she is stronger than she thinks and has never once held them back. While saving Angelica, Olivia falls off the ship, forcing Leon to catch her. Olivia finally scolds Leon for being distant and confesses she loves him despite his claims of being a terrible person. Leon's main ship, the Partner, finally arrives and protects the Academy ship. Leon is able to pilot aerogans and swears he will defeat the Phanos Duchy so soundly that they will never dare invade again. Garrett deploys his secret weapon, Sir Vandal, the Black Knight. Leon struggles against Vandal, who has decades more battle experience. However, Leon traps Vandal's armor in a bear hug and holds Vandal at gunpoint. Desperate to preserve his reputation, Garrett summons every monster for miles to destroy himself, his army, and every witness. Leon reveals that Luxion's main ship has been hiding above the clouds and destroys the monsters. As Leon claims Vandel's legendary sword, Garrett and Vandel are forced to retire in disgrace. Leon forces Chris to take credit for the victory to be reinstated as his family's heir. Days later, the love interests build a new armor piloted by Greg to re-challenge Leon so he stops meddling in their relationships with Marie. Fed up with dueling, Leon deliberately plans to lose until Luxion analyzes the armor, which is so faulty it will explode and kill Greg. Leon is forced to destroy the armor to save Greg, winning his duel yet again. Leon is furious to learn capturing Hertrude has earned him the Distinguished Service Medal and promotion to Viscount. Marie reveals she now possesses the Saint's bracelet and plots to find the other 2 Saint items to finally replace Olivia as the heroine. Olivia assures Leon she is happy to wait for his response to her love confession, no matter how long. Luxion comments Leon and Marie are very similar, as they both use knowledge of the game to get what they wanted, though he decides this is a trivial matter, which it isn't.